Welcome to Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast. This is an actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Royalty-free music provided by Kevin MacLeod, Michael Gelfie Studios, Plate Mill Games, and Tabletop Audio. And now, to adventure. Hello listeners, thank you for joining us for this episode of Knights of Roleplay. I'm DM Chris. As our adventure begins, the date is Chargaroth 19th, 3252 AD. You've traveled for 3 days from the capital city of Shakar on the island continent of Iador to an area located deep within the cold, snowy lands of White Province. You were sent by Ophelia, a young clairvoyant and telepath who shares your Dragonclaw birthmark. Her visions have indicated something of great importance in an excavated pit in White Province, something she believes will help stop the rule of the Dragonborn Council. After battling some snow zombies, you begin investigating the mysterious structure in the ice. You are in the first room, a large domed chamber with a tall humanoid statue in the center. You have just opened a door to a hallway. How would you like to proceed?
Not it.
Well, you always have to be the first one to talk.
Did we pick east or west? Out of curiosity.
I had picked west.
Yes, Sarah had chosen west.
I opened the westward door.
Okay.
To the west wing, if you will.
And Sarah, you have light, right?
I do. I think I cast light. Well, I had originally done it on one of my shards, which is now long gone. But I will pull out another. I will produce another shard from myself. I will shard myself.
Aqua keeps sharding
Do that in
herself.
public?
And hold it, kind of like a flashlight, like Mulder and Scully. X-Files style.
Do you need some paper, by any chance?
Paper.
You said you sharded yourself.
That went right over my crystalline head like a freaking skateboard park. So I will produce another shard and kind of use it like a glow stick with my light cantrip. So with this doorway open, I think we should proceed. I will take up the lead, I suppose, since I seem to be the one with the light source.
Yeah.
Very good, my crystalline friend.
Sounds
you
good.
take point.
Are you making a joke about the sharp nature of my edges?
Absolutely not. I would never call you edgy.
At least I'm sharper than your wit. She just continues to walk forward.
Okay, marching order.
Wow.
Andy with the dad jokes.
My name is Andy with the dad jokes.
I'm going to go hang out with Liliana while you guys play some media.
So I'll probably go third. I don't know which of you
I
two
can
wants
go
to be
up
second.
towards
forward.
the front too. She's got high passives.
Okay, so that will bring our scaly friend up at the rear.
Ladies.
Damn it.
He's like, I really wanted to stare at that crystal ass. I imagine she doesn't wear much for clothes either, so...
So only about 30 feet down that hallway, you see that essentially you're kind of at a T intersection, but the T goes straight down in front of you and straight ahead. So you're sort of in the top right part of the T. And,
Not visualizing.
So you're walking down this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a down ramp?
And then the hallway suddenly stops, and it's almost like there's like a pit right in front of you.
Okay.
It goes straight down, but about 30 feet across from there, the hallway continues. So there's like a 30-foot pit in the hallway that goes straight down.
Okay, it's just like a shaft. That just
It's a shaft. It's basically a shaft that goes straight down, or you can try to get 30 feet across.
So we either traverse or we fall.
There are thin walkways that sort of like spiral down these shafts. They're not exactly stairs. I mean, you're pretty sure that whoever has been here and exploring this area before you, which could be any number of different groups over many centuries. You really don't know. But there are walkways and other things that are sort of makeshift that have been put in place for people to get around. So you can go down the shaft by just going on these thin walkways.
Stop it, Sarah.
Yeah, I want to go down the shaft.
How far across is it to the other side again?
It's 30, but again, there's you can like go down on one of the thin walkways that'll go along the wall, and then it just kind of goes back up again to the other side. So that there's you don't have to do anything special to get through these areas. I don't want to bog everything down with trying to navigate every single corridor.
Sure.
So there's walkways that lead you everywhere. Everything is just on a massive scale with these very thin walkways.
Okay.
So do you want to go down or do you want to go across and continue in the hallway?
I'd like to do like a perception on the area to see if I can get an idea of like traffic. Is there like anything about the walkways that would suggest that people more frequently went across or down or like wear and tear? Like
sure.
Like a survival check.
Yeah, if you want to do survival or perception or even investigation, I'll let you choose any one of those. Survival is usually for tracking, so that could apply, but you can use perception or investigation if you want.
I'll do survival, and I'm actually going to use my inspiration on that.
Okay, cool.
Because I feel like that was a smart thing to think of. 18.
All right, 18. So, based on what you're seeing here, you don't think that anybody has been in the excavation site for a very long time.
Okay.
You can tell from the walkway that goes down that it looks like it has more wear and tear over however long people have been using this area. The area directly across from you looks like it has less wear and tear.
Okay.
Well, we'll say that the walkways are thin strips of like treated wood or something, and there's more wear and tear on the ones that go down than the ones that go across. And you also can see that there, I think I said this last time, there are like very shallow like geometric designs and things carved into the walls. And I mean the walls are black, so it's hard to see, but you do notice that they continue in every direction in here. But there's more wear and tear going down.
Okay. So as I'm looking at these like makeshift pathways, I'm gonna. So, because I'm in the front, there is a pit here. However, it looks like people would have more frequently been going downwards than outwards. Do you have a preference as to which way I lead the party at this point?
How wide is the walkway? Or is the hallway?
The hallway, the shaft?
The hallway we're in.
The hallway you're in.
You described it as pretty large.
Yeah, we'll say it's like 30 feet across.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a huge hallway.
Because the door was big,
The door was huge, too.
Yeah, the door was really big.
The area, is it really clean around us, or is there like bits of detritus and rocks and things like that still?
There's little bits of rocks and detritus and things around.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to grab a little rock. I'm just going to look up to the front, look down the shaft, cast light on the rock, and toss it in.
Okay. It goes down. I'm just going to eyeball this here. It probably goes down.
Fool of a took.
I asked you questions. So you throw things down a shaft?
Looks like he's probably trying to see how deep it is.
It goes down about 100 feet, and then it clatters on more of the black surface.
And did I see anything? Obviously, this just looks like the walkway just keeps going down.
It looks like it has basically an identical hallway down below.
Okay.
I mean, I could do either, depending on what folks want, but, I mean, maybe clear the level we're on first before we go down?
I am always tempted
If
to buy
there's
the
more
road
bad
less
stuff,
traveled.
it's probably down. I don't know.
It worries me that it's so
Just my gut
dark
check.
in here.
Well, we seem to be underground, inside something.
Yep.
Part of darkness seems to be part of it.
Part of me likes the road less traveled, but the other part of me wants to get out of this cold, and whatever's interesting is probably going to be what people have investigated most thoroughly.
Or they would have found it if they had investigated it.
If they had found it, then we wouldn't be here.
This is true.
But that's putting an awful lot of faith in our benefactor.
Well, our benefactor put a lot of faith in us.
More's the pity.
I start across.
He wants to go across?
So you're going to go by me?
Oh, it's a
It's a 30-foot
That's
hallway.
true.
Yeah.
It is a big hallway.
Touche. I'm used to it being a skinny hallway.
It's hard to think about it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's having been in the Tomb of Annihilation for so long,
narrow.
I'm so used to us being
Yeah.
like crammed into.
No, this is
Tight
a
spaces.
huge...
I mean, it's obvious, and I'll restate the point for the listeners and for ourselves as well, is that whoever built this place, they were much larger than humanoid, than just like a regular human.
Cough, cough, colossi, cough, cough,
Everything is very, very large.
Don't medicate, Kate.
It's want to be whatever we learn.
I love you.
Well, if we go across, we might find some stairs that are a little bit more stable than whatever these walkways look like.
Sure, I'm sure we'll find stairs. That's why the walkways are there in the first place. She says with a huff as she starts to cross the.
Let's cross carefully, and we can always come back and explore lower after.
Just
Okay.
try not to be too flat-footed.
So be careful.
Oh, I am never underfoot.
I said flat-footed.
Understood. Okay, so you use the thin walkways to get across, and you start heading down that corridor, and eventually it comes to a place where essentially you hit what looks like a cave-in. It's just like this big collapsed section of this black metal mixed with like snow and ice, and it just kind of stops.
Okay.
Well, I think we found out why they ribbed the shaft.
Wow. I know why I ripped it.
Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa.
Rated M for mature people. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
So you guys get to this cave-in wall. What would you like to do?
I would like to investigate the cave-in.
You can make an investigation
Yeah.
check if you'd like.
I will help you.
I will tunelessly strum on my lyre. 'Cause I'm bored.
4. I rolled a 3 and a 5.
There's nothing to see here.
It's really snowy and cold and metally.
Yes. Yes.
dark.
You really can't tell if it was something that was natural, or if it was something that somebody had tried to use an explosive for, or people were trying to cut through it with tools of some kind, and then it collapsed. You're just really not sure what it is.
But that's okay. We're
All
not
right,
here.
well.
We're not here to investigate the ruins. We're just here to find something we just don't know.
She
what.
said it looked like the shaft had more traffic going down there before times. Anyway, I guess we just go back there.
Sure.
Okay.
I did say the shaft looked pretty used.
Well, now we know why.
Okay.
Mind you, if your character is like deadpanning this stuff, she's like about to roll on the floor laughing.
You?
Oh, the tree
The
fall?
tree is rolling around, and the crystal thing is like.
It's like, did I say something?
What did I say?
Sorry, a tree folk rolling around just made me think. Rolls downstairs, alone repairs, and over your neighbor's dog. Scraper, snack, it fits on your back. It's log.
I don't know what just happened here, but
We just suddenly
If your
channeled
character
Legacy.
sings that out loud, she's like skipping down the hallway holding her hand. Maybe that's the first time she swings you up on her shoulders. And then,
Yeah.
I've never watched that particular show.
so Andy is singing about logs, and Z has hoisted him up on her shoulders, and she's skipping back up the hallway.
I'm so tired, Stampy.
So tired.
That was totally never a show that I was allowed to watch when I was.
Are
Okay.
you feeling happy yet?
Erebus goes in this pack and takes out a little jug of something, and and takes a swig from it.
Okay.
Joy!
All right. So you slowly move down the shaft,
I like to slowly move down the shaft.
and you come
I do not
to
put any lubrication on the wood, though.
Sarah Saucy.
I do, however, gently run my fingers along the walls.
Oh, wow. You feel the light engravings on the wall. So the passage,
has no face right now. He's like, oh my god.
the passage basically turns into an L and it goes east.
Okay.
So we're going back the other way.
Correct.
Okay.
You're basically under the big dome chamber.
So down 100 feet,
Yeah.
head back east.
Yep. And you're basically going underneath that first
this
large
is
chamber.
Wonder if
Very
this
interesting. I don't know why it would just lead us back in the opposite direction.
back to the other hallway. That could be interesting.
Well,
Maybe there's a mechanic. Maybe there's something.
are the engravings still on the walls down here?
They are. Yep.
I couldn't make heads or tails of the engravings.
That does
Already
not
tried.
surprise me at all, my little friend.
Oh, you think you can shed some light on them?
She holds up her glow stick.
I like it that you have a glow stick.
And she looks at it. I mean, the light does shed. It doesn't seem to make it much more legible. It's definitely not a language I know.
Yeah.
Erebus shakes his head and says, "These two."
I mean,
This is basically lights out at Spooky World. You're walking around them.
Yeah. Like, oh God, what's out there?
Sarah and I work at Spooky World for the listeners. I'm an actor.
could Z
Sarah
try a
is in the
history
ticket
check
booth.
to like totally pick her brain on all the classes she didn't really pay attention at with both the monastery and her tree folk ancestors?
I'm sorry, what now?
Could Z try a history check with all the writing on the walls?
Yeah, I thought we had done that when we came in. Did you not do a history
I
check?
didn't do it when I came in. You
I-
didn't have everybody do it.
Okay.
One person
I
did
did.
it, and I didn't want to.
Sure,
step
go
on
ahead.
those. Okay, so I will burn.
If
It's
anybody,
been long enough.
I will burn
probably.
inspiration because she's trying really hard. We'll
Sure.
see.
sure.
So you're seeing me actually literally shed light on this.
All right.
And you're like, hey, let me take a look
All right, maybe
this time.
it's like, that she was scrolling before. That's on brand. Why can't
I don't know why your
deselect?
inspiration is not unchecking.
I know,
That's really
kind of
weird.
I'm going to refresh the page because I bet it's...
But you can just take it off of your thingy.
Yes, that is
your
the-
handy dandy little inspiration
I
token.
will do that, and this other dice that's very pretty. And I will roll a history check, which my modifier is not awesome. So here's hoping the dice are good. All right. That's not bad. What is this one with? It's
Don't know. It's not high contrast.
Yeah.
Pretty
high
metal
contrast.
dice are never high contrast.
That is a 17. So that is a 16.
A 16?
Yep.
Okay, so 15 is a moderate DC. So I will say that you have heard people talk about the Colossi, which is a race of extremely tall humanoids made of various metals from Long and Harkenrath's past.
Okay.
That's about it. I mean, you probably assume that this is something that was created by the Colossi.
Okay. So she says that I just got something from one of my history classes that I never really listened in, but I recall they talked about
Like
this
the scribbling
giant
reminded
ancient
her
race
of it.
called the Colossi. I mean, we just saw a giant statue and a giant doorway, so maybe this text is their language. I don't know, but
Who
it's the
are
best guess
they?
I have. The Colossi.
Who are they?
I know any songs
Some
about the
ancient
Colossi.
giant race of beings.
I don't think so. They're pretty obscure lore. I'll have to look into that later. See if I can find any songs about them later.
Can I search my memory and see if I was taught anything about the Colossi?
You want to make a history check as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go for
Now
it.
that I've heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were rolling a little bit. Let's give you a shot. 10.
10. Doesn't particularly ring a bell.
I was not taught anything about that in the construct school of crystal.
Oh, sorry, little crystal.
Oh,
The crystalline construct schooling.
That's why it would help to be signed in.
Oh, generally,
To edit
to actually be
details.
looking at.
So are people heading?
signed into your character sheet, not just looking at it.
Are
D&D
people?
Beyond, yes.
I think we're done with the wall scrolls.
Are people heading east?
So,
Unless we want to go back west and stand in the. Just stand there.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess we shall venture forward then.
Yeah,
Are you
let's see if
Tally
we
ho.
can
done
find
having
a
me
side.
shine light on this wall?
I mean,
Yes.
it's
Tally
good for
ho.
now.
Okay.
I don't know the language.
Who's the hoe?
Well,
And how is she tallying things?
Aqua, you're much too
we
transparent.
need to teach you about sayings and slang.
I say things all the time.
Yeah,
Are you not
but
saying
these are-
things as well?
There are things in.
She just keeps walking. You're all very strange.
shrugs and smiles and thumbs.
Okay, so
Aqua's construct. They're very like, what the heck with you guys?
Literal.
No, just transparent.
He's just whistling. Just whistling.
Literally transparent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whistling and pulling up the rear. Just singing to himself.
Wishes you could pull up.
The real question would be, could I get your crystalline figure printed in a translucent color?
So the hallway opens up into a large chamber. A stepped platform supports a massive throne. A twisted web of black metal crowned by 13 spikes. Statues of giants, their foreheads marked with glyphs, and their hands holding all manner of strange weapons, tower over the central walkway leading to the huge throne.
So the
Wow.
throne is like at the far end, not in the middle, on top of a dais.
On the far wall.
On the
Yep.
far
Or well, and
Yep.
then you said it had a crown with 13 spires or something?
A twisted web of black metal crowned by 13 spikes.
But that's the throne. Okay.
That's right. Yep.
Well, this is interesting.
We probably don't want to just touch something. We don't know what's going to happen if we do.
Yes,
I go up and
generally
touch
not
something.
good to just.
I'm not good at. I mean,
Andy.
I mean, you could go sit in the throne. It's a little big for you, but
I am.
tempting.
A little
I
big
mean,
for
not.
him. He's a halfling.
Statues are statues, but
Hey.
the throne is something interesting. So I'm going to go definitely check out
Little
the throne.
one, don't go over there.
You guys can go look at it.
We can
Why?
go
It's
check,
just-
but I
it's
mean,
just a
we.
chair.
You don't know what's going on
There's
here.
like
Why
a
would
whole
you
bunch
go
of
there?
statues.
Well, this is how we're going to find out.
Are the weapons equally giant sized?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so nothing useful for us. This is interesting.
As many people have been here before.
Hey,
would-
psychic lady, are you getting this? This is
Psychic
more
lady.
interesting.
you try to reach out to Ophelia.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's psychically.
Exactly.
Hey, lady.
Her voice comes into your head. May I look through your eyes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You get that tingling again, and there's like a momentary pause, and she says, "Perhaps this area belonged once to the Colossi."
That's what I was going to guess from what little history I learned.
You have no idea how
Yeah.
she knows, but
Yeah.
that's what she says.
Okay. I guess we should proceed. See what we can find. Do you have any ideas
all she's
of
got?
what would be important? I mean, the weapons are way too big for us to take.
There's
Throne is
nothing.
way too big.
There's nothing that I am seeing here that makes me feel like it is the item that you are searching for.
Okay. She doesn't think she sees anything in this room that's the item. The question is if there's something hidden, I guess.
And I am going
Is it
to.
dark?
And I would like to invest.
It is dark, other than Aqua's light.
Still have my clothes
So
here.
it's like way dark, like as if like you're in a nightlight versus.
It's pitch black, other than
Okay.
Aqua's light.
So we can't really see past her.
We want to look around, see if we see anything that looks magical, hidden doors, stuff like that.
Well, I
can
am
help
just,
you.
I'm just going to head straight on over to the throne and start perceptifying the throne.
I'm gonna
Sure.
follow him so that he doesn't kill himself.
Good. I need the light.
Go ahead and do a perception check.
One perception check, and
I'm just taking giant strides to.
I will.
I'll help him.
Well, if you're going to help me, then okay.
You don't have to use
then
your
I don't need to use my
There
inspiration.
you go. Good call.
There you go.
Okay.
So you both examine it together with Aqua's light. Try to get a close look at it.
With my perception, 21.
21. Let's see.
I rolled a 19 on the Knights of Roleplay dice.
I'm telling you, it
They always like the boy.
It actually runs pretty hot and cold for me.
Yeah. Well, it only runs cold for me.
Okay.
It's cold.
So you see more of the very shallow engraving, more of the runes. You know, they're all over the throne. They're not like really on the weapons, but you're examining the throne, right?
Yeah.
You're not examining the statues.
I'm focusing on the throne.
Focusing on the throne. Okay.
Focus on the throne.
So you don't find anything particularly interesting, but you know, based on your examination, that there's no secret compartments, there's no switches, there's no marks of it having slid or moved or anything like that. There's really nothing of particular interest.
It looked like a chair.
Yeah.
Is there another room or another hallway out of this room?
There is.
Okay.
There is one sort of to the right of the throne. It keeps going east.
What about the markings that are on the statues themselves? Do they mean anything to us?
I mean, they look, I'm assuming, like the same language that we saw.
It's the same
everywhere
kind of
else,
glyphs you've been seeing everywhere.
Unless someone here speaks Colossi, Ophelia just told me that she agrees that she thinks this is probably something that belonged to the Colossi. But she didn't think that anything out in the open in this room was the thing that we're looking for.
If I touch and trace the glyphs, is there any repeating patterns that we notice? Things that might stand out in particular?
There are repeating patterns. You don't know what they signify, but it's like being in a place that has a lot of exit signs. You do see repeating patterns.
Where's the person with comprehend languages when you need it?
Unfortunately,
Right?
not one of the spells I took. One spell I could have taken, but I didn't take.
John, did you take a level of Warlock?
I did take a level of Warlock, but that's not one of the spells I took.
You don't have the Eyes of the Runekeeper, do you?
No, I don't get a Warlock Doomahigi until next level.
Okay.
And
Just curious.
Cough, cough.
Cough, cough.
You can read all writing, is what the ability is.
yeah,
It's pretty great, actually. In the right
I think I have a
campaign.
different plan for that, though.
Can I investigate the spire type work on the throne? The web stuff with
Yes.
the spikes on the throne?
Sure. Yeah, do you want to
Figured that
actually
would've been
get
part
up
of-
there and try to...
I want to actually get up there and touch and fiddle and hands on
Okay.
check it out.
Okay. So you're going to have
Which is
to...
typically the difference between investigation and perception.
Yeah, I mean, if the rest of the party wants to help you
Yeah,
sort of
giant tree lady can stretch out her limbs.
Get up-
I'm still up there by the throne with you, so I can
Yeah.
help you with that.
Yeah, if you
guys
guys want to help Aqua get up into the chair,
Sure.
and then
I will help.
I help her get up into the chair, and then I hoist myself up there after
could-
her
I
and
could-
sit there kicking my knees on the edge of the...
Okay, so you extend your arms and legs and help to get Aqua
Yeah.
up there,
Yep.
and all of your tree branches, and then
I asked permission first.
Yeah.
so once you're in the seat of the chair, it's still a little ways up to get to the spikes. Are you going to Groot her up
Yeah, I'll root her up there.
there? Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So you extend your legs, extend your arms, you get Aqua all the way up there.
Strength check.
Do you want to make investigation or perception, Sarah?
Investigation.
Okay, go for it.
We'll go purple sparkles.
Unfortunately, I'm not up there, so I can't help you.
Okay.
Or I could climb up there. I'm pretty good at climbing trees.
17.
Yeah, she can Groot
Hang
you
on,
up there, too.
hang on. Before you declare that,
I'll Groot you up, reach an arm down.
so like I said, I'm pretty good at
Yeah.
climbing trees, so I'll get up there and help her.
Help her with investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to roll with advantage?
Is that 20?
That's a 20. So 19.
So I help. I'm a helper.
Okay. So the two of you do your best to examine these spikes, and they have more of the same glyphs and the same writing on it. I will say that you do. One of you sort of is like Sarah, you're running your fingers over the glyphs on the spikes, and you feel a shape that seems familiar to you, and maybe you draw Annie's attention to it, and the two of you are looking at it with your light source, and you're feeling it, and it's not a precise copy, but you think that you've found an image of your birthmark, of the Dragonclaw birthmark. And it's not like an exact copy, it's like a rough copy, but feeling it and looking at it in the light, you think that it's the symbol of the Dragonclaw birthmark that you all have.
Is that like a spike that I can remove?
With some work, you probably could. I mean, it's made of the same black metal, so you'd really have to work on it to get it off.
I'm a little worried about trying to...
Erebus. This might have something to do with
I'm here for
birthmarks.
it,
Drop
but-
trow.
Well,
What?
you could just look here.
I just
and she,
remember that's where you have your birthmark.
parts the branches on her shoulder.
Mine is right here, where you pretty much come. Mine is right on my rib cage, where you pretty much come up to anyway.
She doesn't wear clothing.
And I don't wear a lot of clothing, so I imagine it's pretty visible most of the time.
While Squirrelbrain Z is looking out at the room, how many warrior statues are there?
13, I think you said.
Did he say 13?
No, hold on.
No, there were 13 spikes.
There's
on the
13
throne.
spikes on the throne.
Black metal crown with 13 spikes and statues of giants, blah, 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 tower over the central walkway. So there's basically there's a statue on either side of the hallway as you're going.
Oh, okay. So they're
Oh, okay.
not like I was wondering if there were 13 warriors to go in the 13
Nope,
spires.
problem.
no.
Okay, all right.
No. There's 13 spikes on top of the throne, and
Okay.
one of them seems to have the Dragonclaw birthmark. I mean, you haven't seen the Dragonclaw birthmark anywhere else in here, but it's like it's so small, and you're up there with a light, and you're feeling with your fingers, so you don't know if it appears in other places, but you haven't seen it anywhere other than on this one spike.
Is it a button? If you tell us, I don't know if you're telling us what she's
I mean,
doing.
Sarah, Aqua's touching it. She's like running her fingers over, and she felt a shape that felt familiar, so she stopped, and her and Andy really got in there and looked at it. It's a very shallow sort of engraving.
I'm gonna like focus on that spire, like if I can get my hand around it, and like hold on to it and like really focus in on it and see if it does like anything. Like, does it activate anything?
I think
Is
I
it
probably know
something I can
enough of List
remove?
to know whether or not Colossus were psychic.
All right.
So you try to make physical contact with it, and you try to focus on it with your mind, with your energy, with your soul.
Yeah. Like, can I connect with it? Like,
So the what am I trying to say? All of you have had like these flashes in your mind of like the visions of the teeth and the claws and the wings that stand out to you as being odd and strange. And as you focus on this and you put your hand on it, you basically have another vision. It's the same vision that you saw before, but you trigger the vision by putting your hand on it and focusing on it, and the vision triggers. So it kind of gives you a sense that you're in the right place.
okay.
That it gives you some sort of reassurance that Ophelia's vision is correct. Not necessarily that there's something in
Right
this
here.
exact spot,
Right.
but geographically, you are in an area where something of importance to your visions and your Dragonclaw birthmark does exist here somewhere. So yes, you do get a vision.
Okay.
You do connect in some way.
'Cause I do this because as an explanation for you guys and the viewership, like as a construct that has been in a lab where like her physical pieces have been collected and used to like grow other constructs, she understands like the idea of like you can connect with other beings because they're part of you. Like that's my idea behind my character. Like
Sure.
she would think to try to connect with something that has something that is a piece of her
Okay.
into it.
Sure.
So that's why she did that.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
And you could think to, she taps and says, whatever you found up there, you could think to Ophelia and let her look at it too if you think it's important.
Oh, right. We have a connection to that woman.
Yeah. If she looks to
You
your
do.
eyes, you might feel a funny tingling like in your eyes and somewhere else, but you know.
It's really just been Z so far. Nobody else seems excited to have Ophelia in their head right now.
I don't know if you'd call what I have eyes, but sure. And she'll go into the back of her mind, whatever you want to call what she has. Hello, Ophelia. I'd
Yes?
like you to see this, and she'll immediately give, like access
Okay.
permission
You feel the strange tingling behind your eyes,
behind her crystals.
and you hear Ophelia in your mind say, Yes, this is reassuring to me that you are in the right place.
I focused in on this, and it gave me a flash. Did you feel that flash?
I just had a vision a moment ago. Did you also have a vision a moment ago?
I did.
Very interesting. Yes, I did.
Did we all have it too, or was it just her?
It was just Ophelia and
Cool.
Aqua.
This is on a spire of the throne that we found.
Do you step back a little bit and give her a view of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She says, "I don't know what the rest of that means, but I think this is a wonderful confirmation."
Okay, we will continue to explore that. Thank you. And I'll
Okay.
tap out. Like she's almost like a computer. Like access granted, access closed off.
Okay, Andy's bored of the throne.
The tingling goes away. What's that?
Andy's bored of the throne. He's going to go take a quick once over of the statues, see if they're probably just look like the one we saw earlier.
Good like a statue.
Basically.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, the one in the big dome room is a little less distinct. Actually, it's a little more vague. These ones have like deeper eye sockets and like a discernible mouth. They have a little more detail. It's not significantly different, but it's a little more detailed than what you saw in the big room.
But they don't look particularly significant in and of themselves.
No, they're just kind of dressing for the hallway as you come in.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
Signifying that this room means something to the Colossi.
They're like gargoyles.
Yeah, kind of very big gargoyle.
Very big gargoyles.
Should we move on?
Let's move on.
So this is a very large room that we see just those two things and nothing beyond there.
Basically, as you're coming into the room, there are these two big statues on either side.
It's a big old ornate throne room.
Yeah, and then you walk inside, and it's a very large room with a throne in it. And to the right and behind the throne is another hallway.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Which we're heading towards now.
Which you're heading towards now. Okay, so you continue to head east. And as you begin to move down that hallway, you hear some more of the bats that you heard when you were first coming in, when you were first examining the crack. And this wave of these bats comes down the hallway and begins to attack.
Of course.
They're like these sort of white, like snowy bats, and they attack.
Snow bats.
So let's roll initiative.
And you were asking if we were going to get into a fight. Dun, dun, dun.
That's better.
Nice.
And of course he used, oh my god.
That was a crappy one.
Who wants to be?
But I get to add +2 to that.
Not bad.
No, it's not.
I'm going to give Sarah our awesome initiative markers from Etsy seller Dear Coo.
Yeah, I get to do my job.
There you go, Sarah. Do your job, Sarah.
Okay. Are we just Theater of the Minding this one?
We are Theater of the Minding this one, yes.
Ooh, it looked pretty.
I'm going to use my snow zombie marker from last time, but just pretend the word zombie says bat.
Okay.
Snow bats.
Zombats.
Snow bats.
Snow bits.
Snow bats.
Shave and a haircut. Snow bits. Snow bit though.
Snow Joe.
Snow joke.
No big deal.
Snow bit deal. Boy, I wish my DM had cleaned these off.
I want to give her a little bit of a towel or something. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm using my own spit.
You're using your own bodily
Great.
fluids. I had to actually teach people about that at my previous job, the bodily fluids disposal kit. So
Wow.
one thing does exist.
My hands are all inky now.
Paper towel, dry paper towel.
Oh, great.
Thank you, sweetie.
I wish I'd thought of that before I got ink all
Ink all over your fingers.
and my tongue.
Oh.
You have one job, Sarah.
There's
Hey,
ink,
come
there's ink
on.
on my tongue. Ah.
A little bit. It is kind of dark.
I wonder what I was doing on break.
Wow.
Apparently getting to know the snow bits.
Snow bits.
Snow bits. All right. We are prepared to do the initiative tracking.
All right.
Aqua, what did you roll? I'm glad you asked, Aqua. I rolled a nat 1 on my initiative. Wow, Aqua, you really weren't paying attention. So with your initiative modifier, that gives me a rough 4. I really wasn't paying attention. I was too busy trying to ignore Andy.
You can't ignore Andy.
Z, what was your initiative?
Z rolled a 15.
Well, at least someone was paying attention. Andy?
Andy was paying attention. Andy got 19.
Wow. There's a first for everything. Erebus?
11.
11. 11. Alrighty. So, I will hand these to you in order of highest to lowest for us.
Okay. Andy at 19.
Z at 15.
Z at 15.
I turned it up to
11. Erebus at
He dropped Z. Don't drop
11.
Z.
Don't drop Z.
What is Andy riding on
Have the
Z's
dropsies?
shoulders? There's the question. Has this become a thing yet?
And Aquila, who was too busy thinking about how annoying Andy is.
You're wanting that too much. So yes, well, we can make it a thing.
Okay.
I didn't even want it until she suggested it, and I was like, oh yeah!
Initiative has been tracked.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah.
This nat 1 dice is being put in jail.
Yep, I think you should retire that for the rest of the
It
fight.
was rolling hot before.
All right.
But now
so,
it's not.
Rolled a nat 20 earlier.
The start of initiative is with Andy, Halfling, Bard, although you are now also a Warlock?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm a bard lock.
Hard lock.
Okay.
Bard lock.
I'm now a bard lock.
Hard lock.
We are bard locked in.
All right.
And bard lock sees this wave of bats coming and says, "Oh, these guys! This looks really annoying." And
You look really annoying.
strums a couple notes on his lyre and says, "You guys should all just take a nap."
A bat nap?
Yep. And casts sleep on all the bats coming in.
Sleep on the bats coming in. Okay.
You get to choose how many. Well, but let's see, 5. What
Does it have a certain area that it affects?
Sleep is like, I think, a 20-foot radius area.
It is it's a 20-foot radius. Let's see, creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range. So 20-foot radius.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I need all my d8s, not d10s, d8s. 1, 2, 3.
Head and shoulders, moving toes.
And it
I need a
affects.
picture of the trackers.
Yeah.
There's not much going on the table.
Yeah, is this one theater of mine?
Yes. Correct.
It does start with a 5d8. Yes, 5d8. And it affects, let's see, 9, 10, 15, 18 hit dice. 18 hit die worth of, or 18 hit points worth of bats.
In the Church of the Poison Bard.
18 hit points with the bats. Okay. And 24 radius. Okay. So, right now you can only see so many bats because you've got 20 foot of light that is bright, 20 foot light that is dim. But within that radius, the place where you target, you see basically all the bats in that area just fall to the ground and they kind of flop around a little bit and they're asleep. They're asleep. You can still hear more bats in the area of the light that your light is not reaching, but you put a whole bunch of the bats to sleep. Yes.
I knew it was boring.
Good job, dude.
Just don't, you'll wake them up.
I wasn't going with it.
Keep strumming my lullaby.
Is that your turn, Andy?
That is turn.
Okay. So then it is Z, our root folk monk, and you don't see any bats within the radius of the light right now, but you can hear them because they're flying up the hallway.
Okay. All right.
What would you like to do?
I think she is going to ready with her quarterstaff. So then if they swarm into the light and actually come at her and her
Yep.
allies,
She'll be
she's
ready.
going to swing at them with the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Potentially with reach even. She can't do it with a weapon, but yeah, just to protect the group. So.
Okay. All right. So next in the initiative order is the snow bats. So some more bats come flying down the hallway, and we'll say that you get to take your attack on the first bat. So feel free to take your attack.
Okay. Okay, so
The closest bat to you.
quarterstaff hits for a D6, so I need a pretty D6. Here we go. All right, here we go. It's going to hit for AC 15.
AC 15 does hit a bat.
Okay, it's going to hit for 5.
5.
5. Yeah, 5 bludgeoning.
Okay. Squeak! You destroy that bat.
Hey, bada.
All right. Well, that's that then, because she can't do extra attack or anything like that on a ready action. So,
Okay. So then, let's see how many. Let's see, we'll say there's 2 bats on you. Let's see. AC 5 is probably going to miss.
yes.
And natural 1 is going to miss.
Yes.
Okay, and then we got a couple bats on Aqua. AC 3 is going to miss. AC 5 is going to miss. Boy, that's terrible. A couple bats on Andy. Wow. 3. 14.
14. Miss.
All right. And 2 on Erebus. Dragonborn Fighter. AC 4 and AC 1. Wow.
Miss. Save.
Wow, these bats attack like stormtroopers.
I'll have you know that I rolled 8 attacks on my core D20.
Oh,
And-
it's turning.
And only,
it's turning on
only
you.
1 was above 10.
It thinks you're a girl today. It's like Chris is feeling effeminate.
So then we move on to Erebus Dragonborn. Erebus Dragonborn Fighter. And a couple of bats in your face.
Okay, so there's just a couple.
Yep.
Okay, so let me swing on them.
Uno, dos, tres. Cuatro, cinco, cinco, tres.
Chris's favorite rocking combat music.
This is my favorite combat track.
The
Yes.
dueling cellos.
Yes, the dueling
Yes.
cellos.
Alright, so I take out my sword for attack number 1.
Right, so that's going to be a 17 to hit.
That will hit a bat.
And for 7,
7. Squeak! You destroy that bat.
and attack number 2. 7.
7 misses. It squeaks around. What kind of weapon are you using, Greg?
Sword, short sword.
Short sword. Okay.
Yeah. What did you roll?
7.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
7.
Wait, you said wait?
I thought-
Do I?
You have 2 attacks.
I just went twice.
Yeah, that was 2.
I don't think you don't have action surge yet.
No.
2 yet.
That's what
Yes, you do.
But I don't think I want to use it.
Yeah,
right.
that's fair. I mean, that's not. Yeah,
On a
probably
move.
wouldn't
I
burn
don't
it.
think you have action surge at level 2. You have second
I have
wind.
second wind.
Yeah,
yes.
action surge is actually at level 1.
No, it's not.
Did they just change it?
That's not a just change at all. You don't get action surge till like.
Is that your turn, Greg?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Aqua. Shardling Rogue, you are up.
I'm up. I'm up. I have bats in front of me.
Oh, yeah, he does have action surge. I do.
Does he?
It's a level 1 thing.
Yeah.
That's why people dip into fighter all the time because it's stupidly busted. Yep.
Yes, you have 2 bats on you, Aqua.
We've completely confused her with action surge. She has to get everything
It's all good.
populated here.
Playing a fighter currently, you don't get action surge.
I have it, but I have a 2-weapon thing.
Yeah, you're fighting
It's full
offhand.
weapon fighting it at level 1. You don't get action surge. Anyway,
Yeah, it's right there.
um,
And you get it at second level.
thank you.
There we go. Okay.
Thank you.
Which
Don't
just
get it at level
happened.
1.
You get second wind at first level. That's
Yes.
what I was mixed up. There we go. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
suck wind at 1, and
Yeah,
you can
get
action
the healing
splurge
buff
at
at
2.
level
Yes.
1. That's
Now
it.
that our accounting
I
is all
suck
taken
things
care
all
of.
the time. I don't. I
Whoa.
definitely do not have action surge at level 1. Thank you for clarifying that. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell.
It's your turn, Aqua.
Don't sue me, match level 20. Anyway, I have bats in front of me, so
You
I
do.
will be swinging at them with my rapier.
Repair.
My rapier. Let me get my dice out. Who's my matching D8 for this? That's weird. Let me get some matching dice.
Sure.
Would you say that I have an ally next to me?
A what?
An ally next to within 5 feet?
I would say so. Yes.
Of your target?
Yep, I would.
I'm adding my sneak attack dice.
Sounds good to me.
Seriously? I don't think an AC 7 is gonna do
No,
it.
it doesn't.
God damn. And I'm actually gonna use my cunning action to disengage.
Okay.
And move about 15 feet down the hall.
Away from the bats. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But towards the direction that they came from.
Toward the direction they came from. Okay. I'm just looking at my map.
To head off any more that might be coming.
Okay. So right now in this exact moment you don't see any coming, and you see what on the edge of your layer looks like another shaft going up and down. But that's all you see for right now.
Okay.
Okay.
That shaft is going up and
I'm
down.
also going to be surrounding them apparently, so
She's surrounding the shaft.
So we go back up
I do
to
like to circle the shaft
Andy, Halfling, Bard, Warlock.
if we're working it.
Okay. Well,
You were asking for it, right? You know?
I didn't describe this.
You're like setting it up. Like, Sarah, please take this.
I play a sour note on the lyre, and a blast of energy comes flying out and hits a bat for AC. This is Eldritch Blast for AC 14.
That's a good hit.
That will hit a bat
For 10.
for 10. Squeak! You destroy that bat.
Okay, now it's turn.
Okay. Another bat gone. So there's 2, 2, 1, and 1. Okay. So Z, Rootfoot Monk, you got 2.
Okay. Let's see here. So I've got 2 of them on me. Alright, I'll do swing with the staff, or with the quarterstaff at 1. So, start with that.
Why do 3 of the PCs have names that begin with A?
AC.
We're A to Z.
So 17 to hit
17 hits.
for 9.
9. Squeak, dead.
And then she's going to bonus action unarmed strike against the second.
Boni action.
Tree limb swings out. That's a 9. So AC 14 to hit.
That hits.
And that'll hit for 6.
6. Squeak, dead.
Okay. Alright. That's her.
Okay. Then we go to the snow bats. And we have 2 on Aqua. Let's do this. I see 6, they're going to miss. I see 13, probably going to miss.
That's gonna miss.
Okay. And then 1 on Andy. AC 16. That will hit. All right, take 1 point of cold.
Ow! Stupid bat.
And Erebus AC 4.
That will miss.
All right, and then we're on to Erebus Dragonborn Fighter.
All right, let's get rid of this bitch.
I believe it's a bat, not a bitch.
Wrong species.
Wrong species.
I felt it hit my foot.
Species? I just said species. Wrong species.
All right, so that's going to be 22
Definitely hits a bat.
That hits.
Probably hits a bat.
for 5.
Squeak, dead.
All right.
No, here. I can't see it from there. Oh.
So I've not, oh, there it is.
That was your first attack.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you want to move over and attack one that's on Andy or one that's on Aqua?
I will help Aqua.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, you will.
So that's going to be AC 13 to hit,
That hits.
and it's for 3.
3. Squeak. Dead bat.
Nice.
All right.
He's trying to warm that cold crystalline heart of hers.
He's trying really hard.
She's hard.
So now we have Aqua Shardling Rogue.
And I have 1 left near me.
Correct.
All right, I'll go up on it and schwang away.
Get down on it.
Oh, I'll get down. Oh no!
Wow.
9?
Miss.
God damn it! I have the option to offhand attack though, right? He just doesn't get.
As long as
doesn't get the damage
as long as you
bonus.
have an extra weapon in that hand, yeah.
Yeah, because I have rapier dagger,
Yep, sure. Yeah, go for it.
so that would be with a 4.
Yeah, because they're both light weapons, so yeah,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yep. You just don't get to add your ability.
It shouldn't
off
even
the
be in
table.
the bonus action list, I think.
It is. Yeah. Very much.
That would be an AC 17
Hit.
for 1.
Squeak.
I figured they only have
Dead.
1 hit point.
So I swing my rapier and then I go, God damn it! With my dagger.
You stab it.
Stab it.
Okay.
Between the eyes.
Thank you.
All right, is that turn?
I don't have a temper at all. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, and back up to Andy, Halfling Bard Warlock.
What do we got? I still got 1.
Just one bat on you.
Just 1 on me?
Yep.
1 more sour note. Dong.
Thong. Like how it's with a
hits.
thong.
Dong. It's a dong.
Andy,
It's a dong.
the half Bard lock.
However, an AC 9 is not going to cut it.
No whiff.
Keeping with the situation, his dong did not make it.
All right, then
Andy, you're letting me down, man.
we go to Z, the
You're letting me-
root folk monk.
I'm letting you down.
Z,
Yeah, I hit that
the root folk
last
monk.
one.
Z,
Oh,
the root folk
sorry.
monk.
Sorry. Wow, I'm tired. Anyway, let's see here. There's who has what left?
Him.
Just one
one's
on
fluttering,
Right,
fluttering
I'll
around
go.
me while I'm sitting
Alright,
on your shoulder.
So yeah, she reaches up with a long limb and pop.
Grabs it.
Let me just get that for you here.
Reach out with those branchy arms.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh yeah. AC,
That'll do.
AC 20 through 2 to hit for let's see 5.
All right, squeak. That is the end of the
Splat.
bat. Short fight.
Except for all the ones that are asleep, but we can just coup de grace those.
Yeah. Andy took out a large number of bats at the beginning, so
Oh.
nice
We
nice
just
short
send
fight.
Z to step on all of the ones that are sleeping.
Hey, don't tenderize them too much. That's dinner later.
Did you actually
Yeah.
make some of those go to sleep? That's fun.
Yeah.
I'll go with my daggers and just go
Yeah.
and like collect them all on my
Honestly,
daggers.
Z
like
would
a skewer,
probably be a little bit
like a bat kebab.
being a naturey person, she'd be a little sad at having to kill them.
But hey,
Oh,
Fair threat.
Aqua will take care of it.
Yeah, that's it.
She doesn't really have much care for living beings. What?
Whoa.
I mean, she, he, it.
We can cook
They-
these if we're hungry.
So, Aqua. So, where you move down toward the end of the hall, you see another walkway that goes up this big shaft, and it's obvious that the east door that you didn't go through in the very first room is what's at the top of the shaft here, and then it goes down and it goes straight across again. You can continue going east. You can go up. You can go down. That's what you all see in Aqua's light.
But we can go east even further.
You can.
Okay,
Yep.
I guess.
I say maybe we do the same and go across first and see.
nah, let's go ahead and down. Just to
Well,
be
we're
difficult.
already down, right? So if
Well,
we
we
just...
can
can
go
go
farther
down.
down.
We can go more down.
You can go further down.
Oh, okay.
But yes, we should start.
Going
I'm okay with going across and then down.
should- we
Yeah,
should-
yeah, sounds good.
Always click. Never go the way the story wants you to go first. Find all the cool stuff by going the other way first.
So you're heading
And how do you know
east.
which way the story wants us to go?
Now,
She's very puzzled by you. They're very puzzled by you. Sorry. I don't even know my own pronouns.
I'm just amused at the whole situation. I'm sitting there smiling.
I do
Actually-
hand you my bat kebabs, though.
actually, yeah.
You better put them in your bag quick, though, because those crystal daggers will disappear.
Ew. Okay. I have some.
You
bats
said
for
you wanted them for dinner, did you not?
Well, not all of them, but
Well,
they won't.
why would you say you want them for dinner if you didn't want them for dinner?
Said not all of them. Oh well, keep a few. Thank you.
Z, did you want some liquid courage?
I got my own, but thanks.
Okay.
You see, she produces like from her branches. She's had this flask.
She drops
You've seen
the
her
second-
sipping on it all.
Second
It's
dagger's
just
worth
like,
of bats on the ground as she starts to cross the way and go east.
Okay, I just rolled
Okay.
17 on sleight of hand to surreptitiously drop the bets.
Bye-bye, little crazy, creepy friends.
If your passive perception is above 17, then you see John.
It is not. Nope. It's only 13, so.
All right, nobody sees Andy doing it with the bats.
I'm oblivious. It's too dark, so I don't see shit.
So
I relight up my glow stick and keep
I thought-
walking
I
east.
gotcha.
Dragonborn don't have dark vision?
My perception is like
Not
very
yet.
small.
Okay, so you come
Not a
to
perceptive man.
a circular room. There's a raised platform sits in the center of a circular room with a domed ceiling above, very similar to the first chamber that you came in. 4 massive humanoid faces built from the same black metal as the rest of the structure stare out with blank eyes from the platform.
This place is starting to look like my birthplace. Everything's the same.
Well, let's start
Same
with a
as
quick
before. Let's
start with
check.
a circumnavigation of the room, check for other exits, and
Okay.
then proceed to the middle.
Okay.
I'll help you.
I'll do another investigation. I'm going to be very specifically looking for more incidences of our birthmark.
Okay.
If the room is big enough, I'll go ahead and cast light on like a rock or something I find just for
Sure.
some additional
Sure.
So we could
split.
Okay.
Yeah,
cover more ground.
cover more
quicker.
ground.
Sure.
So if people want to make perception checks, investigation checks, people want to team up for advantage,
Yeah.
you tell me what you're rolling and tell me what you get.
I'll help someone with one of them.
I'll help you.
How
I'll help Aqua.
I'll investigate.
how perceptive are you?
She
Do you think you're very
is-
perceptive? You're kind of perceptive? Do you think you're not very
She's
perceptive?
somewhat.
Or would you say I need
+4
to investigate to be
perceptive?
specifically looking for the birthmark, or can I still do perception?
Well,
You can still do
you
perception.
help
decide
me?
if you want to roll. Then I'll
Okay.
help you then. You
I'll
can
do
roll.
it. Sounds good.
So
I help you.
Because you've already seen
Erebus
it.
is helping me.
All right, he's helping me perceptify.
Say, two.
So perception here and perception there.
Nice.
20.
19 and a 20. Good, that works.
Okay, so 20
And then,
for Erebus and Aqua.
Which we're looking around the outside of the room.
yeah, and then for
and-
us on
and
the
Z and Andy
perimeter,
are on the
it's going to be
perimeter.
24.
24, okay. 20 and 24. Those are all really good rolls. So Erebus and Aqua, the faces are very, very large, but you think that you can see in your light, and potentially the light from Andy as well, you think you might be able to see the same birthmark, like in a very small spot up on the forehead of each of the 4 faces. And Z and Andy, you're on the perimeter of the room, right? Mm-hmm. Perimeter of the room. Let's see. You got a 24, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you find on the perimeter of the room what looks to be, for lack of a better term, it's kind of like a mall map with like a "you are here."
All right, so we find like a diagram of
You
the
found a
directory.
map.
caverns, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
And it basically shows everything that you've already been in, plus a couple of rooms in that east passage at the top of the shaft that you just went through, that you didn't go through at the very beginning when you first came in.
Which we couldn't get to, or yeah.
No, you just didn't go that way. Correct. Yeah, and that's basically, and that's it.
Okay.
So you have a little bit of an idea of what else is here.
Okay.
So,
So,
all right.
There's
so
a
can
map over here. It doesn't look like much exciting that we haven't already covered,
we?
though.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to study that. Does it show what is at the bottom of the shaft we jumped over?
It shows. Let me look at my map here. Sorry, bottom of the shaft.
What's at the bottom of the shaft?
It's at the base of the shaft.
This
yes.
one essentially goes down even lower than the western one.
Strangely, the map actually seems to end. It shows that shaft up to a certain point, and then it just kind of stops. There's nothing on the map that goes below that.
An open-ended question here: are there any rooms or places that look to be particularly significant on the map, or worth checking out?
I mean, there's
that we can actually get to.
Yeah, there's the looking at the map. If you had gone east in that first chamber, you were to come to a small room, and then beyond that, there's a shaft that goes up, and then continues to the east, and that looks to be a room that is completely circular, with some kind of an object in the middle of it. That stands out as being something unique.
Okay,
It's
we
going
should
up
probably.
if we go up and keep going.
we back.
Because you have to go up east.
Okay.
You'll go up east into a small room, and then up east into a bigger room.
Uppies, uppies.
Okay.
Uppies.
All right.
Uppies, uppies.
Did
looks
you
like
guys
it might
already
be.
check on the platform in the middle? You want me to help you climb up there? So we can-
They were just,
The two of them were taking care of the middle.
They are on
and,
the middle.
and the two of you were doing the
Alright.
were doing the perimeter.
Okay.
Well, I'm really glad you found a map. That sounds very helpful in making decisions. I, however, seem to think that there are more instances of our birthmark on foreheads up there. Do you think you might be of some assistance again?
Of course.
I would like to.
Yeah.
You gonna Groot her up there?
I can Groot her up there, and I'll climb up and help anyone else. I mean, there's 4 of us, and there's 4 faces. Let's check it out.
I like how Groot is
Humor
now
me.
verb. All right, so you extend your legs 15 feet, extend your arms 15 feet,
Yeah.
and you lift Aqua up there.
Yep.
So we'll say that you can get up to the height of the birthmark.
Sweet. I'll
What would you like to do?
do the same thing,
Reach out, try to
reach
connect?
out, put my hand over it, focus, do my Om Napdu Mayam type thing.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, my crystalline lord
Okay. So
of the dance.
so this time
Hippie, drippy, witchy.
you see the same images that you saw before, but there is an additional image that pops in at the end of again this vision that you've seen many times, that all of you, including Ophelia, have seen many times. At the end of the vision, you get a quick flash of a circular room, which they just told you there's a circular room on the map. The room that is
Okay.
like
Did we
a
go?
circular room.
we found one. I don't know if we said anything yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah,
lifting her. You're lifting her
yeah,
up.
we said it.
So,
Well,
She lifts
let's
you
say you
up.
didn't say anything about the
okay.
circular room.
So you see a
I
flash of a
come out of the
circular
vision,
room.
I go, whoa, okay. There's a circular room somewhere.
Oh, good. We just found a circular room.
There is. It's on the map.
We should probably go to the circular room.
Yeah.
You said it was on the
agree.
map.
It was on the map. Yeah,
Okay.
we gotta go back to the shaft
Well-
and go up. And
So
go up
you
there.
hear Ophelia, Sarah, in your head.
Yep.
Ophelia comes through, and she says, "I just had a flash of a circular room.
Yes.
That is where you must go."
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for confirming that. I had a feeling. Yes. We believe we know where the room is. We will head there right now.
No time to waste.
Ma'am.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Well, let's go work our way up the shaft, right up to the tip, and see what we can find.
The sooner we get done
I
here,
love
sooner we can get back to a tavern.
John, I love you so much.
Or do you want to go down to the base of the shaft to see what's there before we head on up?
No, I think we should head to the room.
You stay near the balls. I'm going upward towards the room.
Why are you all making such weird references?
Because men are gross. But I'm kind of gross too.
You mean the ones that have the balls and shafts?
Harbus starts laughing.
Sad smile shakes her head.
Game of Thrones. The pillars or the stones?
Okay, I think I might understand.
This is hilarious.
Nah, you don't.
Something called humor.
I don't know if I understand why it is so funny, but shall we?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. All right.
cold.
So you go
I
up the.
wanna go
Ma-
home.
so you follow the map. You go up the shaft. You go to the first small room. The first small room. A pedestal sits in the center of this hemispherical chamber, with a black orb roughly 3 feet in diameter floating above it. Small pieces of stone hang in the air around the sphere. They're just kind of floating there.
Well, that defies the laws of nature.
Does anyone feel anything from it?
As you move into this room, you do get a strange sensation. It is difficult to describe at first, but then you feel as though you're moving very slowly.
Okay.
You don't stop moving, but you just feel like some kind of a weight.
Have any of us ever been under the effect of the slow spell before?
If it's a spell, I could. First of all, that medicate. Second of all, I mean,
it's knowledge when any of us have it, right? That's the
She's
question.
asking if any of us would
I'm
have
not
that
saying,
knowledge.
oh,
I
my
think.
character assumes this. I'm saying, does any of us have exposure to even know that?
well, that would be an Arcana check, I think.
Yeah,
But
probably.
That's up to the DM.
Yep.
I don't know what this feeling is.
If you want to make an Arcana check, they can certainly do that.
On what's going on, I will attempt an Arcana check to see what's going on,
I feel far heavier than
And
I
you know
should feel.
and I am going ahead and use my inspiration to see if I can.
Sure.
See what's going
My
on.
atomic weight should not change.
I like your scientific descriptions.
She grew up in a
glad
lab.
12.
12.
I'm not very arcanic.
Okay, so you are familiar with the slow spell, and you might make the assumption that this is what is occurring right now, but you're pretty sure that it is local to this room. It's local to whatever this sphere is in the room. You don't feel like you're in any sort of danger. You're not sure why this would be here, what it's doing here, what the purpose of it is, but this object is slowing you down, possibly like the slow spell.
Do we see any other exits from this room? I mean, first of all, question.
Yeah.
Is this the room that we were going towards, or is this that room in between?
That's the room in between.
In between the one. Okay, so are there any other exits to this room that I can see?
Yes, the one where the shaft goes, the hallway goes east, and there's a shaft going up to the circular room.
So
Yes,
it's
there's an
like
exit that
like
then goes back up again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like a door on the far
You're coming
side.
like this, and then you're going to go like this.
Okay, so it's not like it's up at the top of the dome. It's just like a door at the far side.
Correct.
Okay.
You have to keep following the passage east.
So people go
and
east
then-
some more.
Yep.
You said there were other floating stones.
Yeah, there's
There's a stone with floating stones around.
floating stones just kind of like in the air.
All right.
They're not really moving.
Z would slowly walk over and be like, freaky, and check out the stones.
Are you perceptifying or are you investigating?
Probably perceptifying.
Okay, go for it.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Having worked our way up the shaft, she wants to investigate
Wow.
the stones.
Okay, that'll be a 20.
Aqua is also interested because scientifically she has never seen this before.
20. This is with perception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are similar geometric designs on the four stones.
Okay.
And you think that at one time they were probably all part of this, of like one solid piece. And they have been like broken apart.
Okay.
You know, like if it had the alphabet written on it and it was broken into four pieces, you could tell that it had been all together at one point.
Okay.
So that's what you get from your perception.
Can I
Okay.
try to put them back together?
If you'd like.
I want to try and put them back together.
Okay.
Z helps you pluck them out of the air.
Yep.
She's about to
so
do
you
it
put them
anyway.
back together, and the slow effect seems to go away.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Otherwise, I was going to cover the orb because that thing was creeping me out. Is the orb still floating?
It's still floating, but you don't feel any
I don't
sluggishness
know why you would be
anymore.
creeped out by orbs floating in the middle of large rooms.
It's a dark ball. Why wouldn't
I
she be
mean-
afraid?
Sorry, that was
The
out of
absence
character.
of gravity can freak anyone out, I would think. Especially something of a natural nature that is used to being quite grounded, I would think.
Thank you.
Sorry, that was an out of character joke about the about the last
As
room.
in-
I know it was, but I felt the need to turn that into an in-character issue.
Well, too bad. I didn't
Bite
want to.
me.
Okay, slow effects. Good job.
Am I able to take the orb, or is it stuck?
She wants to fondle the ball.
Make
Jesus, John.
make a strength athletics check if
I'll
you
help
want
her.
to try to dislodge it. You want to both grab it?
Yeah, I mean,
thought it
she
was
should
a
actually
huge
help
ball.
me.
I actually have +3.
It's her neck. She's like,
Yeah, I know.
"That's stupid."
But still, I'm just saying I'm not as weak as you might
It's your
think.
idea. I'll help you.
I'm not exactly
No.
sure how good an idea that is, actually.
Neither do I think it's a good idea.
I'm not saying that they're smart.
So Z is all about impulsiveness in the first place, and the fact that her straight-laced crystal friend is now on board with it.
17.
And Andy can appreciate
Yeah.
that. However,
17. Okay.
Capra starts to collapse.
So the two of you collectively try to move this thing, and it doesn't budge an inch.
Wow. I think it's stuck.
And I turn to Andy and laugh.
It's very interesting that it would have some sort of pull of gravitation of atoms, and like you see like the GIF meme of like Julia Roberts with all the like math equations like going on around her around their head. Like she's very confused by. They are very
So
confused
Z
by this thing.
is totally hanging from it by just her hands, and like stretching her legs out and kicking it, and being like, "Look, ma, no feet!" And she's just being a maniac.
And Aqua's just like confuzzled and discombobulated by the thing and seems to be stuck. So if you want her moving forward, you better.
I think
before
we
we
better
do,
get to
I
the
actually.
circle room. This was fun,
Yeah.
but
Well, I want to take one quick look at the dais that
This
these
thing
things are
changed her
supposedly
atomic
on.
weight. She's,
Okay.
See if there's anything like buttons and panels or anything like that on that.
Just from a quick look, there doesn't appear to be
No.
anything
Okay.
particular. No.
Dais is a dais.
Yeah.
Okay. It's looking like a dais.
He taps her on the shoulder, says, "Wake up.
what?
You're not moving. Wake up."
Well, I'm awake.
Are you really?
Yes.
Are you still entranced with the ball that's floating in front of you?
Well, I don't understand. Like, I long to understand.
There is much in the world that we cannot understand.
Exactly.
We just have to
Well, I
appreciate
believe
it
that
for
there
the
is
mystery.
much in the world that you do not understand.
And I wouldn't have it
Just
any other
Andy.
way. It would be boring if I understood.
Yes,
it.
perhaps you are right. We should move on.
brutal. All right, moving on.
Okay. Moving on. So you go a little further east.
They continue on and
Yep.
just keep looking back as we go to the east door.
And then you go up, and then just slightly east again, and there's a narrow walkway that leads to a circular platform in the center of a perfectly spherical chamber.
So even the floor is circular.
Yeah, basically, like you come, there's a platform that sticks out from like the side of the spherical room, so you can kind of stand in the room. But the entire ceiling, floor, everything is circular, and there's what looks like a platinum egg that floats 10 feet above the platform's center.
Great.
The spherical walls of the chamber seem to absorb all light, giving the impression of standing in completely empty space. I mean, you could still see from the light that you have with you, but it's like you have 10 feet bright and 10 feet dim instead of 20 feet bright and 20 feet dim. The light seems to be getting absorbed
So it's
to
trying to
some
snuff out my glow stick.
kind of, but it's not completely snuffing it out. It's just diminishing the light from it.
Is it common knowledge that all the dragons, like overlording our continent, are chromatic, like colored dragons?
Yeah,
only?
yeah, absolutely.
So that's like okay. So that's not like you need to make a history check to remember this kind of.
No,
Okay.
no. Everyone knows that there are white, blue. There's a white, blue, black, red, and green dragon. That
No metallic.
correct.
No metallic.
No metallic,
So
correct.
platinum egg. But all the dragons are colored.
Well, that is obviously not a dragon egg, so I wonder what kind of egg
Maybe.
it is.
I'm walking toward the egg.
Ophelia told us this is where we need to be, so I'm assuming that's what we need to see.
I'm walking towards the egg and turning on all
Ophelia.
systems go to let Ophelia see
Yeah.
what's going on.
Okay.
Data open.
Ophelia comes into your mind and she says,
Comes into my mind.
Totally not in character.
Totally mind fucked right there.
And she says, that is it. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, what you're looking at, but that is the object.
All right. Jinx. You owe me Dr. Pepper.
Is it big? Is it small enough to fit in our backpacks?
It is about like maybe a foot and a half tall, and maybe like a foot across at the widest point.
So maybe the tree's backpack.
It's shaped like an egg,
It is shaped like an egg.
and it's about a foot tall and about a foot and a half at its widest point.
All right, Z, let's build a nest.
Reaches up to grab it. It's okay if the room starts to fall in. I'm sorry. And
Okay, Z, we got to build a nest in your hair. Get over here.
All right, so Z reaches out, grabs the egg. Okay. So as the egg is touched, a vision flashes through all of your minds.
Oh boy.
It is the same vision you've all had before. You see flashes of teeth, claws, and wings. As the vision passes, a strange feeling comes over each of you. It almost feels like you're thrumming with energy. You each have a new ability called the Blessing of Vigor. Once between short rests, you can spend a bonus action to gain temporary hit points equal to 1/4 of your maximum hit points rounded down.
Ooh, wow.
But the egg does come free from where it's floating.
okay.
And Z, you hear Ophelia in your mind. She says, there may be others that are seeking this object. I would ask that you please return to Shakar as soon as you can, and please keep the egg safe.
All right. We will do that.
We'll do what?
Immediately. Ophelia needs us to get back as quick as possible. She says others might be searching for this, and that we better keep it safe, return as quick as we can. How can we disguise this so it doesn't look like what
I'm
it
kind of
is?
flexing my shardy fingers.
Just gotta keep it in the bag.
Keep it in the bag.
With the power I feel like I just gained, I can imagine other people would be seeking this.
Yeah. She's gonna try to like wrap it up in like cloaks and stuff and make it look like a giant flask or something on her back, like a big old
Sure.
bottle.
Sure, that's fine.
She's a drunkard anyway.
I wonder if I can create a magic item in D&D Beyond and just call it the Blessing of Vigor, so you guys can have it in your inventory. I'll try after. After the session,
so
I'll
at least
try.
has like uses available.
Yeah. Yeah. So it might appear as a magic item that you would put in your inventory.
Short rest refreshing. That's awesome.
Yes. Okay. What is your plan right now?
I'm cold.
Yeah, let's. Do we have any sense of like whether it's when did we arrive here? Did we start climbing down like in the morning or at night or?
We took a short rest in the yurts.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say that you've probably been here for a couple of hours.
I mean, I'd say
It's probably like late afternoon, early evening. Say maybe like 4 p.m.
like, do we think we could get back to town before nightfall?
It took us 3 days to get here.
Well, 3 days from the town.
No, 3 days from the original
From
spot where we met
Shakar.
them.
Right.
Yeah, you guys.
So-
If I'm remembering correctly, the second place that you stopped at was Roundwood Village. I think was the second place.
Yep.
You would get there at dark if you left now, but you could
go.
get there.
So let's get back. I want the tavern.
I think we need a warm place to sleep. Well,
Nice drink.
Yeah.
you all need a warm place to sleep.
Yes.
Okay, so you're heading back to Roundwood Village. Okay.
I had completely forgotten that the really cool arm you gave me gives me resistance to cold.
Yes.
Are you even complaining about the cold?
I don't know what your problem is. I'm toasty.
Okay, so as you leave, as you go back up the excavated pit, and you set out to head back to Roundwood Village, we will stop there and we'll do some stars and wishes.
Sweet.
So, where is my page with stars and wishes? Here we go. So, Greg,
Yes.
do you have any particular stars or wishes? Stars are things you liked, wishes are things you'd like to see.
I think for stars, I would probably say that it's very cool to see Sarah playing a straight-laced character versus her typical, like, ones that are like...
Crazy? No.
A little bit on the insane side, yes.
Yes.
My Chaos Gremlins.
And flip side, it's also, which is the same stars, Kate playing a different kind of character also than archetype. So I think
The straight-laced one.
yes. So no, being an unstraight-laced
Yeah,
character.
Yeah, the fact
No,
that we like
flopped.
swap.
You swap roles.
So I think both of those things are cool. As far as the adventure itself, I'm liking that we don't know a whole lot about our surroundings and what's going on,
Yeah.
and that we're discovering those things as we go.
Okay. Cool. Do you have any wishes of any kind? You don't have to.
No, I don't really have anything.
John, do you have any stars or wishes?
No particular stars. I mean, it was a good session, but nothing really stood out.
Sure.
As for wishes, I wish John would stop trying to force the innuendo joke so much. It's really getting annoying.
Says John himself.
John himself. I don't think it's that bad.
I think it's hysterical that she just doesn't get them. I think it's a hilarious dichotomy.
I think for the fact that you and I are usually the ones doing them and going off of each other, the fact that you are making them and I'm trying really hard not to just like jump on board and actually pretend like I'm not getting them, it's a very nice challenge for me.
Well, I'm glad I can
Thank you.
extend your horizons.
Thank you.
Kate, do you have any stars or wishes?
And stars, I enjoyed playing through that whole cavern space. I'm enjoying that we're starting to kind of dig into some of the history of the world,
Sure.
so to speak, and the lore. I think that's fun from the character's eyes. I am very much enjoying Sarah, like more of Sarah's like straight-laced character unfolding. And then wishes, I can't think of anything in particular
Okay.
right now. I did give you magic items on my character
Okay.
sheet.
I will check your list. Sarah, do you have any stars or wishes?
Stars. The three of you just absolutely ragging on Aqua and her just not getting it today was definitely a big, huge star on my roleplay list. I'm loving it so much. Thank you for that and playing with me on that. And I mean, I treat wishes as things that like I wish to see for us as a team and the development of the story. So
Sure.
as far as wishes go, I guess as of right now, I'm really wishing to see like this dichotomy between Z and Andy become even more like fun because they're already starting to have fun together, and I like that a lot. Like I think it's cool to see like John and Kate team up for once instead of John and I are always like the frickin' frack. Like
Okay.
See if I can lean into that a bit more.
Halfling shoulder rider.
yeah.
It keeps me out of the
We're
snow. I'm
always
happy
the
about it.
Chaos Gremlins together, so it's kind of nice to do something different. How about you?
Cool. I mean, I like how the people are starting to work together a little bit and figure out who's good at what and team up for doing like advantage on certain kinds of things. Wishes. I'm not sure if I have any real wishes right now. I mean, I'm going to keep looking at people's characters, looking at their wish lists, seeing if I can find fun and interesting ways to put magic items into the game. And, I have a bunch of plot ideas that I'm hoping that I can execute in ways that are fun and interesting. So I guess that's about it. So let's say goodnight to the listeners.
Good night.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review anywhere this podcast can be found. Our social media links, plus additional content, can be found on our website at knightsofroleplay.com. Please tell your friends about Knights of Roleplay and Adventuring podcast, and spread the word through social media. Your help and support are greatly appreciated.